Hi guys, it's Mrs. Ibinger. I'm getting ready to read Chapter 9 of Monster Street, The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, House of the Beast. Max's eyes adjusted, and he saw that the threatening shape was not a monster at all, but a dilapidated old shack. The stone chimney was half missing, and patches of the roof were covered in vines, and the windows, those grimy, dark windows that might as well have been black mirrors into another dimension, looked straight out of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Suddenly, a light flicked on the inside of the shack. Max and Jade quickly hid behind a cluster of gnarled roots coiling out of the ground. Max could see the silhouette of someone or something moving inside. The stranger wore a wide-brimmed hat and looked larger than a normal person. "That must be the hermit of the eastern forest," Jade said, pointing to the window where the man stood. "The who?" "My dad said he left Wolf County years ago. He was one of the hunters in the hunting party, the one who killed the beast. I've only heard stories about him, but—" Just then Max thought he saw the hermit's silhouette begin to twist and turn. The man's movements grew more violent, and it looked like something was trying to claw its way out of him. Then the light went out, and the shack grew dark again. "We should get out of here," Max urged. "But we have to find Petunia," Jade reminded him. "We're already too far into the forest," Max said. "Well, we can come back during the day tomorrow to look for her, but you and I need to get out of these woods, and now." Jade looked at the shack again. "The paw prints led right to it," she said, "and I have to at least look inside and see if she's in there." Max tried to discourage her, but Jade was already running toward it. He followed after her, trying to keep up, and when they arrived at the side of the shack, they pressed their backs up against the outer wall, beneath the window of the room where Max had seen the hermit contorting. Jade tried to peek inside one of the windows, but even up close to it, it was too dark to see anything. "I don't want to turn on my flashlight. It's too bright. Can you hold up your lantern?" she asked. Max slowly lifted his light to the window, and the two of them stood on their tiptoes, trying to get a better look. But before their eyes had time to fully adjust, they both froze in fear. Something stared back at them from the other side of the window, something big and furry, with razor-sharp fangs and bloodthirsty eyes. "Wolf!" they cried out at the same time. Max fell backward in fright and dropped the lantern. The glass shattered. The flame extinguished, all went dark. "Run!" shouted Jade. "The hermit's a werewolf!" Max cried out. The two of them sprinted back into the forest, skeleton finger branches scratching their faces. Max thought he could feel the beast's breath on his back of his neck and hear it trailing behind them. "Faster!" he shouted to Jade, back across the bridge, over the fallen logs. Faster, panting, faster. But as Max climbed back through the barbed wire fence, his red hoodie caught on its piranha teeth. "No, no, no," he cried, trying to free himself. He glanced back into the woods and thought he could hear the ravenous sounds of the beast drawing near and near. Was it all in his imagination? Jade turned back to help Max. She reached for the barbed wire and pushed him out of his hoodie. He stumbled to the ground. "Rue, run towards your grandparents' cabin and I'll run towards my house," she yelled. "Maybe we can just throw off the scent." "I have to get my father's hoodie before—" "There's no time," Jade urged. "But you don't understand. Gramps said it would protect me." Max challenged her, no longer thinking the hoodie a silly precaution. "A lot of good it's doing you now," Jade called back. Max didn't say anything. Jade looked at him for a moment, then finally commanded, "Just go! I'll shine my flashlight from my window to let you know I'm safe." Max tore through the ghostly field. Up ahead, he saw the shape of his grandparents' cabin and wondered if he would make it in alive. His heartbeat and breath quickened. He sensed that at any moment his legs could be ripped out from beneath him, or fangs could tear into his shoulder. But before he knew it, he was back in his bedroom, safe and sound. Immediately, he looked out over the window toward Jade's house. A thin beam of light waved back and forth through the darkness of her upstairs bedroom like a faint lightsaber. She's okay, he thought. We're safe now. But as he would soon find out, he would never be safe in Wolf County. And when he looked through the telescope to the barbed wire fence, his red hoodie was no longer there.